Good morning, beautiful people. Were you ever taught this about the brain? Because I think everyone should know it. Not just because it's super interesting, it's also extremely helpful if you have issues concentrating and focusing, or even issues with brain fog and headaches. I guess a good place to start this Science Savage style neurobiology lesson is by acknowledging the ridiculousness that our brain is essentially a lump of fat that makes electricity, and that electricity is what powers your every thought, movement, and action that you take consciously and subconsciously. And that electricity is produced by the brain cell, which in this video will be showcased by this source bottle for the visual learners out there. And how does the brain cell produce electricity? Is with the help of sodium and potassium ions that just float around. That's why they are called electrolytes after all, because the cell itself has a negative charge, and the sodium ions have a positive charge, and the potassium one also have a negative. So the brain cell has this pump that pushes out 3 sodium ions for every 2 potassium ions, which creates this electrical charge that more or less powers you. And that pump moving sodium and potassium to create this electrical charge is what your brain uses more than half of its energy. And considering that the brain uses about 20% of your overall energy consumption, that pump uses about 10% of the energy you expend on daily just to create this electrical charge. And that's why your brain doesn't work very well when you are dehydrated. Because hydration is a lot about water, but it's also a lot about replenishing those electrolytes and maintaining that electrolyte balance. Because that is what makes water effective in the body, right? That's why drinking coffee dehydrates you despite of it being majority water, because the stimulant part of caffeine results in you losing about a quarter teaspoon of salt for each cup of coffee that you drink. And that's why drinking too much coffee can give you a headache, because you have lost too many electrolytes out of your system. So hydrating effectively by also replenishing your electrolytes will help those little hardworking brain cells a lot. Something to consider. Protect your peace.